What's up guys, Intentional back with yet another video, and today I want to talk about a life choice you have to make in the Burning Crusade. A choice that may destroy your friendships, your family, and may even cause your girlfriend to leave you. The choice between either the Scryers or the Aldor. Now for those of you unfamiliar with these factions or TBC, at the mid 60 range you will find your way into the city of Shatrath. This city is divided into two factions, the Scryers and the Aldor, and it's up to you to decide what faction you want to team up with. Each faction has its own specific rewards and unique items that can be obtained. Now the cool thing about it was that if you did make the quote-unquote wrong choice, it didn't really negatively affect you. You're not going to be kicked from the guild because you didn't go with a specific faction. You're going to be more than okay either way. Hopefully indie developers take note from this and don't make factions stronger than others. And yeah, although the differences aren't major, you'll still want to see the differences and make the choice that's best for you. Now the biggest differences that people will bring up first will be the gear. Let's take a look at the gear you can get from the Scryers. Right off the bat, the trinket and the ring are both very strong for caster DPS. As a matter of fact, that trinket is one of the few you can get with hit early on, making it a very nice choice for casters that are needing / wanting to focus on hit. The dagger is fairly solid as well, and the staff is okay. Overall, the gear is pretty decent, but that trinket and ring are just superb. Taking a look at the Aldor rewards, it's pretty much the same thing. All of the items are really decent. The sword is considered pre-raid best in slot, and really is the big ticket item for going with the Aldor. The neck piece is pretty meh if I'm going to be frank with you. Now this is just from reputation. However, there are unique quests for each side, and they both give some really good items. And I'll have the quest linked down in the description below, so you can check out all the items. Now, we're almost done with gear, however there are still some pieces that are affected by what faction you choose. Later on with the release of the Isle of Quel'Danas, the Shattered Sun Offensive will be a new faction that you can gain rep with. At Exalted, you are able to purchase neck pieces whose bonuses are directly connected to either the Scryers or the Aldor. For example, the Shattered Sun Pendant of Acumen will have a chance on spelllands to increase your spell damage and healing for 120 for 10 seconds if you chose the Aldor. If you went with the Scryers, however, then you will have a chance to proc an Arcane Bolt, dealing 333 to 367 arcane damage. This ability can crit and is actually affected by your spell crit, but not by your spell power / hit. There are 4 neck pieces that you can get, each having its own unique bonuses for healers, tanks, melee DPS, and ranged DPS. Those will be linked down in the description if you would like to see them. Moving on from gear, what else can you get from these two factions? Shoulder enchants. Now the shoulder enchants alone actually make the decision for some people, because the gear will eventually be replaced, but the shoulder enchants are going to be a constant through the expansion. For the most part, the enchants are very similar, and the tanking enchant is just straight up the same for both sides. The only outlier I would say is the healing enchant, with the differences being a change of 2 mana per 5 for Scryers versus 11 healing for Aldor, which I personally see Aldor as the winner here. But overall it comes down to if you want a little bit of one stat more than another. For example, do you want more attack power or crit? Moving on to the profession bonuses for each faction, they aren't really too crazy, and for the most part everything is actually tradable. For example, Tailors get the spell thread for leggings, with Scryers getting runic spell thread with 35 spell damage and 20 stamina, while the Aldor get the golden spell thread, which comes with 66 healing, 22 spell damage, and 20 stamina. But once again, you can easily have someone who's chosen the other side and get the enchant from them if you really wanted to, so it's not really a big deal. Leatherworkers are in the same boat, with Scryers getting a Magister's armor kit that adds 3 mana per 5 to chest, legs, hands, or feet, and the Aldor getting the Vindicator's armor kit which adds 8 defense. Again, you can trade these, so it's not really dependent on who you choose. Leatherworkers and Blacksmiths both get resistant sets as well, with the Scryers focusing on arcane resistance and the Aldor focusing on fire resistance. It's good to note here that Tailors also get 2 fire resistant recipes from the Aldor as well. Alchemists actually only get 1 recipe from either faction, and that's the Scryers giving the Elixir of Major Firepower, so this could be a reason alone to join the Scryers if you plan on going Alchemy and making some gold. And once again, this is a tradable item, so it's not really a big deal. And last but not least would be Jewelcrafting. Now each faction gives 2 gems and 1 neck piece recipe. The neck pieces are pretty unique in that they absorb damage for your group, with Aldor absorbing shadow damage and the Scryers absorbing nature damage. These may come helpful in certain situations, but I don't see it being a big factor in choosing a specific side. The gems themselves are pretty okay, but they are kind of basic, and I think that they will be constantly sold on the auction house, with players picking them off so they can use them with alts. And these are for the most part the differences for the two factions. So ultimately, what should you choose? Well, here are some numbers for spec/classes and what they chose. And honestly, the gear is going to be replaced, so many people see the shoulder enchants and the bonuses from the Shattersun neck pieces to be the way to figure out what you want to do. But if you are looking to get your best in slot list completed, then I would say for casters, Scryers seem to be the play for the pre-raid portion of TBC, and the Aldor seem to be favoring healers more so than the Scryers. In melee/tanks have some nice pieces coming from the Aldor, however there are some nice pieces coming from the Scryers as well, so I think that's really where the big toss-up comes in when it comes to melee focused people. But based on the information, what are you guys going to choose? I know that I'm maining a Moonkin in TBC, so I'm leaning heavily towards the Scryers. But let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, it really does help me as a content creator, and if you want to see more, then hit that sub button. Hope you guys have a good day, and peace!